Good morning, lovers and leaders. How are you doing? This is a platform to empower us to be the best, person that shows up in our relationships, as well as different avenues of our life where we show up as leaders, okay? It could be leaders in the family, leaders in the workplace, etc., etc., okay? We love and we lead here. We love and we lead. So welcome, especially if you're new. Welcome to this platform. This is another one of my ride-along days going off to work. So please excuse me if I'm not looking at the camera. I want to talk about human resources, HR. I was having a chat with a friend the other day, and she works from home, and she just recently, she got herself a new job in this, I would say a global company. And she was telling to me, Sarah, I was trying to get, during onboarding, I'm trying to get a hold of my HR person, and it's just so hard to get hold of them. I just feel so disconnected. And I said, well, you know what? You're working from home, and your HR person is somewhere completely different. So I can definitely understand that, that disconnect. Because, for myself, the HR person is, on site. But for some of you, you may be asking yourself, where is HR? Where is HR? But I want to specifically talk about HR and their connection to mental health in the workplace. Do you guys drop in the comment section if you guys where you're working right now, where you've worked before, does HR, are they proactive in really helping people with their mental health in the workplace? Do they care? Do they care enough? Is that part of their job description? Should that be part of their job description, to really care about the mental health in the workplace? There are some organizations that do, promote this, which is wonderful. And I know there's always these employee wellness resources program that I would definitely encourage you all to be part of. But, to be fair, some of you are working in spaces where, the reality is HR works for the company. So HR is going to do everything that is best, the best interest of the company leaders. Yes? If that is an experience for you, put that in the comment section, please. Let me know who I'm talking to. And I just wonder, because I remember in my early days in my career, I really didn't even think of HR other than, they've recruited me, I've had to sign off some papers, and or if I'm leaving, I got to do an exit interview, or if I have questions about benefits, I reach out. But in terms of mental health and caring about that, or if you want to talk to them, under, confidence that this is what's happened to you in the workplace, you're having issues with your boss, your colleague. I really didn't really feel that space, that connection. This was early on in my career. But to be fair, it's because as part of the orientation, they didn't really promote HR as somebody that you could actually go to. But, in recent years and where I am right now, I would say you can talk to the HR person. Now, but I want to know what you guys think. Can you talk to your HR person and really go, have deep dive conversations to resolve conflict? Where's HR? That's what my friend was saying. Where is HR? I remember a couple of years ago, somebody else I knew, their HR person again was somewhere else, all right, virtually somewhere else. And they were having issues with their immediate boss. And it's they just didn't know who to go to. Have you guys felt that? You just don't know who to go to, turn to. You just feel so isolated by yourself. And I personally feel that, HR should at least connect you to somebody to help you. But to be fair, not every HR person cares that much. Because they know themselves, they're working for the employer. So do you think there needs to be a retraining for HR professionals about mental health wellness in the workplace? I've been advocating a lot about creating space in the workplace to be able to have those vulnerable conversations about conflict amongst peers in the workplace, or even conflict within yourself as an employee or employer or leader, that you just don't know what to do with your career. You just don't know what to do, and you don't know who to talk to. And maybe you just don't feel comfortable talking to your boss about, you know what, I want to pivot and I want to work somewhere else completely. Though you may not have the training for that new area, or maybe a little bit of knowledge, but with the workplace, they always want you to prove yourself oftentimes before you pivot. And some of you are probably nervous to even have that conversation with your boss. And this is where I'm like, where's HR? Because HR should also be available to communicate about those things. But I'm just curious, if you put a comment in the comment section if you can go to your HR professional to talk about your career progression in the workplace and where you could pivot to. I'll be curious to know where you work, and if they do hold space, the HR person holds space, or if you feel comfortable or not to communicate to a HR professional there, you know what, I want to pivot. I've been in this X role for, 2-3 years, and I can see myself somewhere else. Can I get training? Can we offer you training? Right? Where's HR? I'm just like, where is HR? Some of these HR folks, I'm going to keep it a buck. A lot of their jobs have been taken by these new software programs, right? That employees are now basically doing a lot of self-service. I'm not sure about your workplace, but there's a lot of integrated software that employees are just self-service. So a lot of their jobs that they used to do, they don't have to do it anymore. So my question is, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? This is why there's people like myself who are industrial organizational psychologists, and other people that are, coachings in the career space and business space. We have to be able to create these programs because we understand that people are suffering in silence in the workplace. They want to talk about their career prospects. They want to pivot. They want to get new training. They want to be able to provide other services to the workplace. But something's hindering them. Something is hindering them. If you look at my link, I'm starting to take some new clients. I've dropped a link in the description of this video. So please check out some of the services I'm providing right now. Definitely in the area of career development, definitely in the area of emotional regulation in the workplace, etc., etc. So please check it out and sign up. I'll be so happy to work with you, and to be that neutral person in your life to really get you to a place where I know you want to be. I know you want to be. You just need that extra validation, and you need connection and resources. And I'm definitely here for you. Okay? So where's HR? Do you feel supported by HR? Am I asking for too much from HR? I mean, the title says human resources. To be fair, I know some of you work in some organizations where there is trainings. There's so many different trainings, but it's all geared towards the job, all geared towards the needs of the business, which, to be fair, that's why you're there. But they forget about the human assets. You, me. They forget, we as people need various types of training to train up other parts of our lives, such as conflict resolution, team building. Many of you need some retraining about that. How to switch, between an employee or a leader. How to identify your different skills there's some workplaces where your boss is not going to tell you how great you are. They want you to be blind to how great you are so you won't move on. And let me also keep it a buck with you. There are some places that do not offer trainings to build you up. You know why? The fear of you moving on. See that scarcity mindset? This is why even salary increments is real small, because they have the scarcity mindset. This is why many businesses are not growing and they're losing out on their bottom line, because they say to themselves, you know what, I'm not going to build up my people because they may leave. Right there is the scarcity mindset. Right there is the poverty mindset, and that's why their businesses are not making the profits that they want to. And then they want to do the whole, reorganization and letting people go. I could get really deep there. They're not planning well. They're not investing in their people well. Oh yeah, do this training about, I don't know, software something. Oh yeah, do this training about this regulatory thing. Yeah, do this I'm training about cybersecurity, to protect us, protect your laptops or computers, right? But about you, the person, giving you new skills, strengthening your soft skills, how to speak, how to write emails that are influential for your customers, how to write or create persuasive PowerPoint slides, to even convince your colleagues. They don't give you that. You got to figure that out yourself. You got to figure that out yourself. And some of you don't figure it out, and you're there suffering in silence. I'm really focused right now on the people in the workplace suffering in silence. That's a lot of emotional labor, as we say in IO psychology. A lot of pretending, in other words. You're carrying so much load, but you can't be yourself. You can't express yourself. Where's HR? This is one of the things I love about what I do, because being able to connect with HR professionals, and if you are listening to me, you're a HR professional, you're listening to this, I would love to connect with you, and any gaps that you want to fill in what you're offering to your people, I would certainly love to work with you, because I really have a passion for that too. Because the reality is, in the HR professional space, not all the modules is geared towards, necessarily geared towards you being, you caring about the emotional health of your people. I mean, yeah, you can send them to certain places to get help, sure. But you as HR, do you create a safe space for the employees there? Do you go and check in with your employees? How you doing? How's your job going? Where's HR? Do you know I've worked in a place before where people had the same job title for like 10 plus years. I said, what is this? I mean, in terms of pay, of course, I would assume they get, incremental merit increase. But you've been having the same job title for 10 years, and that has not been reevaluated. So, I'm going to pivot here, and I'm going to speak to you employees. Don't sit there complaining. Don't sit there silently resentful. Maybe, because I've seen this before, maybe you didn't want to talk to your boss because you actually didn't want to do extra work. You actually didn't want to provide and offer more service to the workplace. You were just okay with what you have. So you know what? That's what you got. What you sow, you reap. That law never changes. Because I've seen that before. I'm like, what the hell? Where's HR? You didn't reevaluate this person's job? And like I said before, people will leave you where you are until you speak up. You need to, I'm telling you, you need to really, like what I do, I scan my environment in the workplace. I scan the culture. And if I'm in a place where people have had their jobs for at least the same job, or at least the same title, because I'll come to the job description part in a minute, but if you have the same title for like 5+ years, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. Now, granted, you can have the same job title, but your job description changes. Okay, cool. Your job description changes. Sure, that happens. Yep, you have the same title, but your job changes. There's some pivot, but your job title is still the same. You don't even have analyst 2. You're still analyst 1. No. See, this is why when you come to me, hey, I will provide you the professional way of ensuring that changes. Because I can share some gems right now, but I don't want to share too much. Nope, not too much. But I'll be willing to share with you during the consultancy. Because as much as I believe in fairness, I really do. I really do. But see, if you really want to change, a sign of it will be investing in yourself. And one of the ways to invest in yourself is to be able to say to someone, you know what, I need your help. Because even myself, I need help. We all need to humble ourselves in life, including how we spend our time offering services. You know, God says He gives more grace to the humble. He gives more power. He gives more wisdom. He gives more favor, more strength to the humble. If you're proud, you're like, oh, I got it. I know what to do. You know, God said He resists that person. This is why people will resist you. It's not by chance. It's a spiritual law. You get resisted. So even that spiritual growth and development, that's also part of what I offer in my services as well. It's very, I didn't realize this early on in my life, but thank God I'm a Christian, because I've been able to apply it in the workplace. In the workplace. Where's HR? Some of you really do need help. And I really hope this particular year you're not going to go another year still sitting in that same job and just still, you know, taking crumbs when you know you're worthy of more. You know you are, and it's not too late. Let me tell you that for nothing. As long as you're still alive, you're watching this video, and you're still seeing the sun come up, that is just validation. It's not too late for you. It's not too late. It's not too late. So let me know in the comment section what you think about your HR, and check out my link in the description of signing up for one of my consultancy sessions. When you sign up, you know, I will follow up with more information of what to expect, and then we'll sit down together and we'll do something in video conference. Okay, in video conference. I may, if you're in New Jersey area, I may be able to meet you in person. I can't promise that, but for now it would be video conference. All right, I wish you the best today and always. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Bye.